Hi everyone, in this video I am going to talk about the chapter named Triangle, which is a chapter of class 10th, in which I am going to introduce about the concept of similarity and along with the understanding with regard to the concept of the congruency, so that you could solve the exercise 6.1, which is the exercise of the ncert. So that I am going to talk about the difference between congruent triangle and the similar triangle. Then after I will move to the other exercise use, and in which we will study about the bpt, basic proportionality theorem, or which is also called the Thales theorem. But today I am going to talk about the concept of similarity and the congruency. So what is the meaning of congruency and similarity? So you have already studied about the concept of congruency in class 9, which is we have the 5 rule. Before this introducing the 5 rule, I would like to tell you what is the meaning of congruent and what is the meaning of similar. Let's suppose a figure like this, a circle, and let's suppose the another circle, and the radius of this circle is a 5, and the radius of this circle is also 5. Then the shape and size of the both of the figure is the same. That means if I will make it superimpose over this, it will be superimposed completely. So this means you could say that these two figures are the congruent. That means both are the superimposed to each other. This is why we call the congruent, because the shape and the size both are the same. The shape is the circle and size is the radius of 5 centimeter, which is the same. This is why it is called a congruent. But let's suppose a circle which radius is the 5 centimeter, and the another circle which radius is the 2 centimeter. But in this, if you will able to see that these two figures have the same shape, which is the circle, both of them are the circle, but one radius is the 5 centimeter and other circle radius has the 2 centimeter. So it will not superimpose over this, or it will not coincide over this, or this will not coincide over this. That means both of them are the same figure. That means both of them are similar, because when you will expand the radius of this one, and you will make 2 by increasing the radius 3 in this circle, then this circle become congruent to this. This is why. And when you compress this circle and reducing the 3 radius, then you will get this circle. So these two figures are the similar now, because by compressing this figure you could make both of them congruent. This is why it is called the similar. Let's suppose this understanding through a example of like a triangle. Let's suppose a triangle we have here. We have a triangle here, and the another we have the triangle. So let's suppose this side is the 5 centimeter, 10 centimeter, and then 5 centimeter, and this side is 5, 5, and the 10. So as you able to see that these two figures can be superimposed over each other, then we will call these are the congruent. But if we have to the congruent, that means it is also a similar. But when you have to then how will you understand the similar? Let's suppose the triangle another which is the 2.5 centimeter, and again 2.5 centimeter, one is the 5 centimeter, and let's suppose the another triangle which is the 5 centimeter, and then 6 centimeter, and the 4 centimeter. Let's suppose this triangle we have the name is A, and this triangle name as the B, and this triangle name as the C. So I am going to teach about the concept of similarity through this example. So as you know that when you multiply the 2 to all the side, that means you are just expanding this one, you are stretching this triangle in all the side by multiplying the 2, so you will get this triangle. So both of them are similar, because when you stretch this one, then you will get this one, or when you compress this one by half, because it is the 2.5, when you compress by 1 by half, and when you compress this side also 1 by half, and this side also 1 by half, then you will get this triangle B. So when you stretch this one, you will get this triangle, and when you compress this one, you will get this triangle. So both of them are the similar, so we will call that it is the similar triangle. But understanding through this, as we have this one is the 5 centimeter, and this one is 5, and this one is 10. and here we have one side 5 centimeter, one 6 and 4. Let's suppose when you uh, when you compress this one, you will not such ratios, because when you compress by half, you will let's suppose when you expand this one, then you will not get this one. This is you will not get this triangle. This is why it is not called the similar. So it is not similar. When you will stretch this one, you will get this one, because the each and every side you have to just multiply by the 2. But here when you multiply by the 2, you will get here 10, and this one is the 12, and this one is the 12, and here we have the 10, 5 and the 5 again. And when you just try to remain the like this side becomes the 10. So as you able to understand that this figure cannot be compressed in all the direction, this is why it is not going to similar to this, but this can be made like this. So this is all the similar. So through this you get to know that which one is the similar and which one is the. And let's suppose the another figure which is the 5 centimeter, 5 and 10. This is exactly this. So this can be directly superimposed over this. So both of them are the congruent. So as you able to see that the congruent figure, it can be said the similar, because the shape and size both of them same, and the similar figure cannot be said the congruent. So we will say that if two triangle is the congruent, then both of them are similar also, because the congruent, that means when you have to first be a similar, then you will be a congruent. So this is why you will say that if the two triangle is a congruent, then it is also similar. When the two triangle is similar, it is not the congruent, because as you are able to see that these two triangle are congruent but not similar, because when you will stretch this one, then you will get, now you are not both of them are the congruent. So I think you understand the meaning of congruent, and now understanding meaning of congruent and similar you got to know. And now see the another thing like this. Let's suppose we have the circle. So we have a circle, this one we have a circle which radius is, let's suppose radius we have the 10 centimeter and this radius is 2 centimeter. If I will say is this one congruent, then you will say no, because the shape is the same but size is not same, because the radius of this one is the 2 centimeter and the radius of this circle is the 10 centimeter. But when you increase the radius of this, or when you stretch this circle by the 8, or when you increase the radius by 8, then you will get this one is the congruent. So you will say that this triangle are the similar, because this can be made congruent. So this triangle are the similar. So all the circle are the similar to each other, we could say, because the radius can be compressed or a stretch, can be increased or decreased. This is why all the circle are the similar, but all the circle are not a congruent. So like this you could say. And the another thing which you could say, that let's suppose we have a triangle. This is a equilateral triangle. Let's suppose we have an equilateral triangle. This is the A, B and the C, and this is the D, E and the F. So as we have an equilateral triangle, then as you know that in the equilateral triangle all the angle is the 60, all angle is the 60 of an equilateral triangle. So in this you have to remember that if all the angle are 60, then all the equilateral triangle are the similar to each other, because all of them angle are the 60. This is why it is going to be similar, because when you will see that, let's suppose this one is the 5 and 5 and 5, and this one is the 1, 1 and 1, and let's suppose when you reduce this by multiplying something else, and let's suppose when you multiply the 5 all the side, then you will get this triangle. When you will divide by the 5, then you will get this triangle. So all the equilateral triangle are similar to each other, because all the sides are the same. So whenever you multiply one side, it's multiplied to each and every side, and it will not affect your function, and then it will make your two equilateral triangle to be a similar. So all the equilateral triangle are similar, all the squares are like this, all the like this, all the circle are similar. But now I am talking about the polygon. Now I am talking about the polygon. Polygon means a figure, closed figure which is made up of the many lines. Let's suppose a closed figure like this one. So we have this one a polygon, and this one is the 5 centimeter, 5 centimeter, 5 centimeter, and 5 centimeter. And let's suppose we have the another which is also 5 centimeter, 5 centimeter, 5 centimeter. But both of them are not a congruent. If I will say both of them are the congruent, then it is not a congruent, because in the polygon you have to consider the two things. One thing, all sides should be equal. The first criteria is being fulfilled. But in the polygon you have to also see that all the angle must be equal. As we don't know, let's suppose this one is the square, then angle is the 90 degree, but it seems to be the rhombus. So we don't know the angle, what is this one, this one, this one. So how will we identify either both of them are similar? Because the angle matters more when you are stretching or compressing a figure. So this is why for any polygon you have to see two things. One is the all the sides should be remain the equal, and the another thing, angle should be also remain equal. Then you will say. Now solving the ncert question, which is the exercise of 6.1. So all the circle are congruent or similar. So all the circle, that means all the circle which you know or have in this universe are the similar. It can be congruent only when the radius is the same. So the all the circle are similar. This is going to be answer. And all the squares are either a similar or congruent. So all the squares are also a similar, because the angle of all the squares will remain same. Let's suppose understanding this one. Let's suppose we have this one like and in the, if it is a square, then all the angle will be a 90. And let's suppose this one is the 2 and 2, and let's suppose we have the 4 and 4. So both of them are similar, because when you multiply the 2 all the side, you will get this circle. This is why all are the similar, and all dash the isosceles or equilateral triangle are similar. So we have all are similar. So as we know that all the equilateral triangle are the similar, the isosceles why cannot be? Because in the isosceles only the two side is the fixed, and other side we don't know what is the value, because this is why it is not going to be the similar all. State whether the following given figure is the similar or not. So as you know that it is the rhombus and it is the square, but according to the size, when you multiply to this side, you will get this one. But you don't know the angle. You know the angle of this one a square, which is the 90, but you don't know the angle of this. So this is the polygon, because it is a closed figure. But in the polygon you have to see the two things. All the sides should be remain in the ratio, or can be get to like this, and the angle should remain the same. But here angle is not same. This is why it is not a similar. Not similar, you could write here the not similar. I think you understand how we have to deal with the triangle. In the next video I am going to talk about the BPT concept. And thank you for today.